What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Grind Force Gaming. Nova here with another Street Fighter Duel video, and today we are hopping back into the Void Awakening because we have a new event opened up in the Void Tower. This is going to be Undying Thunder, and then after that, what I want to do is go into the Battlelust, show you how I'm going to use my manuals, and then we're going to do something really fun and go into the Disciple Rivalry, and we're going to do a couple runs to see if I can improve my score with these upgrades. So right now, I am currently hanging out at 26th with 586 million points. And in my server, I am second place. So Booms is like way ahead of me, but he's a crazy, huge whale. Like, look at that power. It's insane. I am beating Barrelman, which is pretty awesome because he's got 324 total power, 324 million. And I only have 43. So I feel like I'm doing pretty good. So I'm going to go into the Void Tower here and show you the team that I'm using right now. I may need to make a little bit of an adjustment here. I think we need to have Street Poison over there. And I'll probably just put Fashion Blanca there, but maybe we should have BZ in here. I just want to make sure we have enough speed. Let's do that. So we'll do this lineup here. That should be pretty good. Let's move Fashion Blanca over. I'm not going to go through each of these individually. This is the team that I'm going to be using the whole time because it's maybe my best team for things like this. My Viper is very, very strong. So I think I'm just going to try to just run through this with her. There are some puzzles in here as well. So what I'll do is I will just skip through these. I'll show you guys the puzzles, and then we'll go right into the Battlelust. All right, so I'm going to start this now. All right, guys, so here is puzzle number 1. This is Wonderland Training 2-1. This is the first one that you come across in the new part of this. This is the layout to get everything unlocked. So the order that you do it in isn't really important, but the order I did it in was first I did blue, and then I did yellow, and then I did purple, and then I did red. So if you just want to follow that sequence, again, I did blue first, then yellow, then purple, and then red. And then I was able to unlock this very quickly, very easily. So this is what it's going to look like. You can just copy it, and then what we'll do now is just pass through here. We can just stay red because we already unlocked it. And we will get our rewards. What do we get? Okay, awesome. All right, guys, I'm going to go back into beating the rest of the levels, and then I'll check back in with you when I get the next puzzle figured out. Okay, I'm at the second puzzle now, Wonderland Training 2-2, and this one I think is actually going to be quite easy. We're just going to loop like this, come over here, and that's it. Much easier than the Lighthouse one, but just in case you're having an issue with it, that is a great path to complete this one. Okay, I will continue on with the fights now. I think we're just about done. Got Rose here, and then we have the boss fight. So I'll just play these out. This team has been working extremely well so far. I haven't had any issues. That nothing's even been close. My Sea Viper is just absolutely destroying these teams. All right, so can we get top score on the very first time? It might be better in this instance for me to switch to using Fashion Blanca. And maybe even having Dulcim in here, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll kind of see how things go. With the boss fight here, it can be hard to get all the stars right away, but we have these training manuals. We can do some upgrades. We can get a lot more stats going for us. So if you don't get it this time around, do your manuals, get some upgrades, even try it tomorrow. You'll get more manuals tomorrow at the reset. So sometimes you just need a little bit more time to do it to get a little bit more stats on your fighters, but we'll see if we can pull this off on the first run. So far, it looks pretty good. I mean, I lost Viper early on, but I'm still doing some decent damage here. If not, we'll try it with Fashion Blanca. Okay, that was all of them. Awesome. So let's get all of these rewards. This event is now completed. And now we can hop into Battlelust. So, crit resist, crit pressure. Let's just do heavy hit rate here. I don't know how much I'm going to have. It might be silly for me to be thinking about this because it looks like I just have enough to max everything at this point. Pretty close, at least. Yeah, okay. So that's all of it. let's just go ahead and pop in here now, and we will see what kind of score we can get. All right, team 1 for me is looking like this right now, which is pretty good. There's a lot of RNG in these fights as well. Like, the amount of damage that I do sometimes is like half of other times. It's crazy. Like, before doing all these upgrades, I was seeing, I had one like outlier run with this team specifically where I hit almost 300 million damage. But then I have other times where I get like 120. So you just have to keep doing it and just kind of see how things play out. This is my second team. This team is like extremely good. It just is very hard to take down. I've got a lot of defensive boosting going on and like damage reduction here, and Viper's just doing good work for me. It's not my highest damage or hardest hitting team, but it holds up quite well. This team is just kind of a wild card. Sometimes it's really good and sometimes it's really bad. And this team has the ability to make or break my run 100%. So we'll just kind of see how things go. I'm just trying to stack as much as I can with Flame Chun-Li. Nero's not even doing any skills. He's just hanging out in front. I don't have his 6 vehicles yet, so he's not as good as he could be. But that's all right. Let's go ahead and try a run here. So 586 million is my current high. I know I'm not going to get first. I just can't compete with some of these whales, and some of them I think they haven't even done any fights yet because they were just waiting for today. Because it's just kind of, there's no point in like doing a bunch of runs the day before you have like a ton of manuals come in that are going to unlock a bunch of stats for you. So I'm expecting to see a bunch of people come up and pass me in the battle zone, and then as well as in our server. But hopefully I can get over 600 million because then I get all of the rewards that are points based. So we'll just kind of see what happens here. So it looks like I have a better like baseline score here going as far as this team is concerned, but I've seen higher numbers before doing all those upgrades. So like I said, there's some RNG involved in this. You don't really know what you're going to get. Ideally, this team is pretty consistent, so I can get a good idea of like how much it has changed based on just this team alone, because they pretty much always hit 100 million to 115. So depending on the point difference here, I can kind of gauge what I should probably be considering as a good score for the other ones when they do have a good run. So I'm already hitting 100 million here on this team. And for those of you that don't know, you can see your score up in the Mad Ryu health gauge. It shows you roughly the damage that you're putting out. It's not precise, but it's pretty close to what you'll see in the end. Okay, so this team's an unknown. We might see a really, really good score here, or we might see a really bad one. It all just depends on how long Flame Chun-Li stays alive. Because once Nero goes down, she goes down almost immediately in one hit. And then all of my stacking goes away. And then I don't have the appropriate like slotting for fighters to have. Okay, so she's already out. So that's not good. So we're going to see, who knows here. Who knows? Because the stacks are gone now. The flame vulnerability is gone, which means my crit boost is gone. So not so great. Okay, so I finally got a better run. It's not as good as it can be. I think there's still definitely potential for me to get higher scores because I saw some differences on 2 different teams that were not as high as I think they can be. But I did max my rewards. I got 635 million, so that is the final damage reward that you can get. And what I want to do is just show you guys the match here. So first fight, this is one that I think could have been, I think this one could still be better. I think that this one, it leveled out around 200 million. I think it could easily go above 3. It's just going to depend on the RNG. So I'll keep running these and see what I can get. I would be pretty stoked to get over 700 million in this event. I think that would be pretty awesome. This is the first time in one of these events I've actually like done well. I mean, it's taken a long time to kind of round out 3 teams, and even still, like, they're not perfect. There's still way more like upgrading that I can do. I'm not a whale in this game by any means at all. You know, I do have Flame Chun-Li and Nero, but that's it. I mean, that's what I've put into this. And it just so happens that Flame Chun-Li is a great boss fighting character to have. Nero, he's just there to soak up damage. I'm not even really getting anything out of him. Once I have the 6 vehicles for him, I think that'll be better. But as far as like that team goes, I think you can still do extremely well using Dulcim. Just maybe pair him with Fashion Blanca instead, and then do something different with this team. Get a different damage dealer in here. You could use Poison. You could use Mad Ryu. You have a lot of different options. So this was a crazy run. Like I was saying, right? If you remember the scores on these previously, like we're looking at like 130, 140 million point difference on this team for whatever reason. Could be from Street Poison doing like more often getting the double stacks for the crit boost than just a single stack. It's hard to say, but I think honestly what changes that round is if BZ gets taken out, because then she has the chance to do additional stacking like without needing to do her skill, because her normal skill, her normal attack will stack as well. So you have the potential of having 3. So there's something there to that. I could try. I like having BZ out there for that initial speed boost, but maybe I could put him in the tag or in the assist position just to still get the speed boost, and then I could have her out there. That might help, but it's tough to say. I'll give that a try and see if that makes a difference. I'll put somebody else in the tag, because BZ's not doing anything anyway. He's not doing any skills or anything. I just have him there for the speed. So this one we saw a lower score on, actually, by like 20 or 30 million from what would have been the best one. So those are the fights. That's what resulted in me getting 635 million. And let's see where that places me now. So I am 20th now, so I went up a little bit. Server, I'm still going to be second. There's no way there's just no way. But like I said, guys, this is a great strat. I'm beating this person right now with a total power level of 324 million. And I myself personally only have 43 million. So use these teams. I think you guys will see a great result from them. Definitely stay tuned for the next videos. If you're not subscribing already, please take a moment to do so. Costs you nothing and it helps us out greatly. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next video. Cheers.